Glencore Optimum Coal Mine supplied coal to power utility Eskom for years until it was put under business rescue in 2014. The relationship between the power utility and the coal mine soured amid allegations that it was supplying Eskom with poor quality coal. The company was then acquired by Gupta-owned company Tegeta for 2 billion rand, the exact amount that Glencore was fined for providing poor quality coal. In 2018, Optimum Coal Mine was put under business rescue following a slew of allegations at the State Capture Commission of Inquiry. It is alleged that the Gupta family captured the state and subsequently acquired assets through state funds. Gupta assets have since been seized and are being sold off to recover the money due to the state. Last week, the investigating directorate of the National Prosecuting Authority approached the High Court to stop Optimum Coal Mine business rescue process.
The investigating directorate filed 2 related court applications to recover the stolen funds and today served the respondents the application. The High Court of South Africa, Gauteng Division, Johannesburg, will hear the preservation application on the 8th of March 2022. In the first application, the ID seeks to preserve all of Tegeta's shares in Optimum Coal Mine, all of Tegeta's shares in Optimum Coal Terminal, and businesses of Optimum Coal Mine. It is the ID's case that all of these assets were acquired with the proceeds of crime perpetrated against South African state-owned entities, including Transnet and Eskom.
The NPA submitted 2 charges before the court in an attempt to stop the BRP process. The first charge aims to recover the cash obtained by the Guptas for the 2016 purchase of the coal mine, and 2, to preserve a 1.3 billion rand creditor claim held by Templar Capital, which stands to acquire the coal mine. Templar Capital is an international company in Bermuda owned by a Gupta associate, Daniel McGowan. Corporate law experts say should the NPA win this case, it would set precedent and a warning to other companies that purchase entities using proceeds from crime.
Since this process is actually a process to stop a business rescue process that is currently been undertaken under the Chapter 6 of the Companies Act, it is something that is going to set a precedent if the court would allow the NPA to be able to freeze the assets, including the shares, for later distribution back to the state of the Optimum Coal Mine, and a Gupta-owned company.
Given the light of the fact that the business rescue process then had been interfered by a company that was even trying to recoup more funding for the Guptas, you realize the danger that the Guptas had become to South Africa. You realize how much state capture moves beyond just the presidency. It moves to even the private sector and companies.
The Gupta family left the country years ago despite serious allegations of state capture and corruption against them. Law enforcement authorities still await a decision on the application for Interpol red notices to be issued, seeking permission to locate and arrest individuals implicated in state capture. It's believed this could eventually lead to the Gupta's prosecution.
In addition to other resources that they have acquired in order to acquire the Optimum Coal Mine, the evidence is very clear that all the resources actually came from state-owned companies. And in order to make the amount that was needed, I think it was the 2.1 billion that was needed in order to acquire the company at the time. And therefore, this was obviously as a result of state capture.
The affidavit submitted by the NPA shows a breakdown of where the Guptas secured their funding in 2016, in time for the Optimum Coal Mine purchase. There were 6 transactions that happened in April of 2016, amounting to over 2 billion rand. These include an Eskom coal prepayment of 728 million rand to Tegeta, followed by other transactions in the same month of over 1.3 billion rand from Ogbe Investments, Albertine, Trillion Management Consulting Firm, and Senator Mining. One South Africa movement leader, Musimaimani, says South African citizens are now the ones paying for state capture.
Where I feel the greatest victims of this issue, in essence, are the people of Soweto and many communities who still don't have electricity, because what it's meant is that many of us are experiencing load shedding as a function of what historically was called bad or grey coal.
The NPA's case will be heard at the High Court in Johannesburg on the 8th of March. Maimane says the Guptas are still trying to help themselves from South Africa's resources. And he maintains that it's about time that they are brought to book. Nothando Magudulela, SABC News, Johannesburg.